How about it?
Nick, what do you think of the passing game?
That was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. I thought Jaylen did a great job of taking what the defense gave him. Getting a ball to our, we had 200-yard receivers. I always think that's cool when that happens. And Jaylen was in complete control. Just another good day by him. Yeah, good.
You said repeatedly that you guys will be able to throw the ball when you need to. Do you feel like today was a chance to kind of silence the critics and say you can't?
I would actually say, look how efficient we've been passing the ball for the last 9 weeks, right, through this little stretch that we've been in. Jaylen's I just think it kind of gets a little bit blown out of proportion. Jaylen's quarterback rating's been over 100. Most of the games, I don't know what he was today, but most of the games he's been over 100. We're averaging 8.5 plus in the pass game. I just think it's been a little bit blown out of proportion. As far as because we've been running the ball so well. I mean, you can't have all the yards rushing. There's only so many yards you're going to get in a game. You can't have all the yards rushing and have passing game. So, or have all the yards in the passing game too. And so I think we've been super efficient today. We needed our passing game even more. And so it's just another good. I know you guys may look at yards a lot. It was just another good day of passing game because I think we've been super efficient. I don't think you understand how hard it is to be, have that yards per attempt number, that quarterback rating, and take care of the ball and be explosive, which we've been. And so, yeah, I mean, today was really good. We threw for more yards, so I know that's going to be the passing game's back. I don't think the passing game was anywhere. I think that's been a little bit blown out of proportion because of how efficient we've been. And you guys will check the numbers after I say that, and you'll probably agree.
There's a spirited conversation between you and Jaylen Carter during the fourth quarter. What transpired and what's the teaching?
I'll never get into the conversations I have with players, but he made a play that is not part of our standard. And so, my job is to correct that, and regardless of what it is, we're gonna correct the things that we need to do better and praise the things we need to do well. And so, in that moment, that's what that was. I love Jaylen Carter. I love what he brings to this football team. Right there, he needs to be smarter in that situation because it could have gave him the ball back. It didn't give him the ball back, but it could have. And so we're going to need to get better from that. And so that's what you do as a coach. And again, he played a good game, and I'll watch the game to see how good of a game he played. But we need him to be better in that scenario and be the consistent player that he's been for the entire year.
AJ did say that beyond their meetings, we're spending a lot more time together this week to be on the same page. What did you see throughout the week, and how did you see that play out?
I just saw a great job of our players. These players, again, I've mentioned this, prior to this, they're just so locked in and focused to getting better, and that's it, right? That's all they want to do is get better because they know if we continue to get better, we can win the football game. And so I just saw an effort to get better through the midst of, again, what seemed like chaos on the outside, but was just something that we used as something to kind of galvanize us and get better from, and they did that today.
Kirk and Devontae both said that there were uncomfortable conversations that were had. How good is that they can have those conversations and focus on what they
again, everything you do is to get, when you have everybody in the room that just wants to improve and do the things they know that we're capable of, that's special. And so, again, conversations all week, and the guys worked really hard this week in practice. The guys worked extremely hard in walkthroughs. The guys worked extremely hard in meetings. And Jaylen, again, just did a phenomenal job. And then again, like I said, to have two guys go over 100 against a really good defense. I mean, that can't tell you how much respect I have for that defense. You lose sleep over 90. You lose sleep over 97. You lose sleep over 51. You lose sleep over 56. I mean, you lose sleep over 39. They got so many good players. You lose sleep against a Mike Tomlin coach team. And so to come out and have a performance like that, to gain over 400 yards and put 27 points on the board, and be efficient like we were, that was good. That was a good win.
Nick, when something comes up like the Jaylen and AJ thing comes up this week, is there any part of you as a coach that says, I don't know if relishes it is the right word, but it's a challenge, I would imagine, for you to try to deal with that? Is there a part of you that likes that?
Yeah, again, every opportunity to get better, you use. I'm not for 1 minute saying that all the turmoil on the outside was a good thing. That's not, we want to make sure that we're locked into what we're doing. And that's what I felt like when there was chaos. From what I feel like, again, I have to do media every day, and so I understand that there's chaos on the outside, with Bob getting me ready for that and the questions you kind of asked me. But during chaos, if you can have calmness, during that was huge. And so our guys, we got great leaders, we got great coaches, and I thought our guys just came to work every single day. We had fun. I thought we were loose throughout the entire, kind of after that was all over. We really, like I said, we were really done with that on Wednesday. And I know that it kind of, again, you guys have to do your job, and I know that can linger through the week as far as what happens. But our guys I just felt extreme locked in and focus through the entire week, through what could have been a time where people could say, oh, what's going on over in Philadelphia.
To lose 2 fumbles and a 29-yard punt and get just 6 points out of that, how much does the defense increase your margin of error you need to win?
Yeah, we talked all week about winning the turnover battle because we knew when the Steelers lost the turnover battle, they had hard time winning the game. We didn't win the turnover battle, and so that part of the game plan didn't come together. I think we had a couple things. N'Kobe had one knocked out; they could have tied it. But we also had one with AJ that Smitty got on, or he stepped out of bounds. I don't know. And so, say your question. Part of your question again.
Defense.
Oh yeah, defense did a phenomenal job of holding them. And that goes back. They've played good red zone defense. We've played good red zone defense the entire year. Dating back to the very beginning of the year when we turned it over early in the game and we held Green Bay to 6 yards or 6 points. And they did a good job there. Again, Pittsburgh has thrived in these scenarios when they've been able to get turnovers, and they did. I mean, Watt, the punch, the way he comes after the football is pretty special. I can't say enough about how good of a football player he is and like how he got that ball away from Jaylen. He's just got a great, I'd hate to be in a boxing match with him. First of all, he'd kill me. But secondly, he just is going to he's going to connect because he has just such a good feel for it. So I can't tell you how much respect I have and how cool it is for the league to have a matchup like Lane Johnson versus TJ Watt. And so again, just, yeah, great job by everybody.
23 targets for your top 2 receivers. People look at that number, everything that happened last week, and say, oh, this is you guys compensating for that. How much was that? How much was it they were just stacking the box?
It's what we needed. It's what we needed to do to win this football game. And so I promise you, if Saquon was, if we were getting big gains with Saquon, we would, that would have been different. It would have been probably a different story. Who knows how that game would have played out. But they did a good job on the run game. Saquon still got loose and still, I don't know what was his finals, 75 yards or something like that. 65. So, they did a good job of doing that. But, Jaylen did a great job of when it was when we couldn't, get the run game going the way we wanted to. And I'd say, again, Pittsburgh held teams to 90 yards rushing, and I know we had more than that. And so we still were able to run the ball against a very good front, very good defense. But we were able to throw it in those scenarios. Again, we're going to focus on what we need to do, not what everybody else thinks we need to do. And our focus and our main thing for each and every week is how do we win this football game? And today, we had to pass for 290 yards, and that was a great job by our guys.
Last one. Win counts the same. Do certain games like this one, the Ravens game, offer measuring stick games for you?
I'm sorry, Zach. Say one.
As much as each win counts the same, do games like this, the Ravens, offer measuring stick games for you as you go into the playoffs?
Every game is the biggest game that we play. We'll go into this next game as the biggest game that we need to play. Every team in the NFL is hard to beat. Every win is hard to do. To have 10 of them in a row, which the city's never had, I really take a lot of pride in that. You can't win 11 in a row until you win 10 in a row. So I'm so excited about that. That's a great football team. That's been a great football team for decades. it was a good win.
Last one.
When you look at the record right now, you and the Lions are tied for the best record in the conference. You've mentioned how you look at it one game at a time. How do you balance that, knowing that you have that big carrot in front of you?
I know this is boring, everybody, but we're focused on the next game. We'll enjoy this one. I got some family in town. We'll all enjoy this one tonight, and we'll be right back to work tomorrow. We can't control anything about the Lions, so our main focus is to control what we can control. I know that's boring. I know that makes for zero press for you guys, and I apologize for that, but our focus is the next game. Our focus is locked in front of us. Our focus is, now Washington Commanders.
All right. Thanks,
I've had so many names. I don't know.